This is the keyword research process refresher. So as you recall, the keyword research process for new web content has 6 steps. And so this video is going to walk you through each of the 6 steps. It's something that you can actually turn on while you're doing the keyword research and press pause as you execute each of the steps. So let's jump right in. The first step is to brainstorm 10 to 20 phrases that someone might type into a search engine related to your topic. So what you'll do is actually just sit down and say, okay, what are 10 to 20 phrases that somebody might type into the search engine? The next step is to take all of those keywords and put them into the Google AdWords keyword research tool. And so this is the URL. You can also just Google it, the Google AdWords keyword tool. So what you'll want to do is just type your phrase in the search box, and then make sure you click the exact match checkbox. Now you have 10 to 20 phrases. What you want to do is make sure you enter maybe 3 to 5 of those in the search box at once, or do them one at a time. The reason is the tool will not return as many results if you put all 20 in the box at the same time. It's only going to return a fixed amount. And so what we want to do is make sure that we are gathering as many keywords as possible from the tool. So again, only put in a maximum of 3 to 5 keywords at a time. Now the one thing about this tool is you want to make sure that you are actually logged in when you are doing the searches. The reason is that we are finding that the Google tool doesn't return as many keywords in the list if you're not logged in. You can log in with any Google account. It can be your personal Gmail account. It does not have to be the account that you're using to actually purchase Google AdWords keywords. The next step is to export the data from the tool and merge it into one spreadsheet. So what you're going to do is in the keyword research tool, when you have the data listed, so this is an example where we've done a search for 3 keywords. So what you want to do is now that we've done a search for 3 words, so you can see all of the data is listed, you want to click the download button. And then when you click the download button, it's going to export into a Microsoft Excel file. Now that you have the Microsoft Excel file, you're going to repeat step 2 and 3 multiple times until you've finished that original brainstorm list. And now that you've got all of these exports, you want to merge them all into one single Excel file. So you're really looking at one list rather than multiple. Now the next step is to select keywords. So we're going to first prep the spreadsheet for that, and then you're going to determine which keywords make the most sense. So let's get started at prepping the spreadsheet. The first thing you want to do to prep the spreadsheet is you want to sort by local monthly searches. Now there are global monthly searches in column C. That's worldwide. What column D does is it narrows the search volume to US traffic only. Now you want to add 2 column headings at the end. So what we're going to add is relevant search results and something called all in title count. The next thing you want to do is delete all the keywords that are too broad or not relevant. So those are probably going to be one-word phrases, things that are just not exactly relevant to exactly what your topic is about. The reason we want you to delete them is because we're going to do a lot of detailed analysis on the spreadsheet, on each of the keywords in the spreadsheet. And we don't want you to waste your time on these keywords if they're not relevant. Now it's time to evaluate competitiveness. The first thing you want to do is log out of your Google account so that you're not viewing any personalized results. What actually happens is when you're logged in, Google actually modifies the results based on your search patterns and the type of results that you're clicking. We don't want to see any of that, and it doesn't happen when you're logged out. The next thing you want to do is look at the search results. So what you'll do is type the first phrase, keyword phrase, into the search engine, and you're going to ask yourselves, are these a good fit in terms of the results that are listed on Google in positions 1 through 10? Are there too many very authoritative websites? These would be things like government websites or government agencies. Maybe they are all websites equivalent to the New York Times and CNN. Another question you're going to ask yourselves is, are they about a different aspect of the keyword? So for example, the word cars. If we were to do a search for the word cars, cars is actually relevant to the movie Cars, to the actual vehicle car. There's several different topics that are showing up on the search results page. And that actually reduces the chance of any given website actually ranking for the phrase cars, because any given topic doesn't really have 10 potential slots. It only has maybe a fraction of that, maybe 3 to 4 potential slots, let's say. So what we want to make sure is if you're targeting a keyword, that the entire search results page is relevant to what you're searching for. You also want to make sure that the search results page is not irrelevant, because if it's irrelevant, what's going to happen is somebody's going to do a search for that phrase and say, you know what I'm looking for isn't in the search results. I'm not going to go to the next page. What I'm going to do instead is search for a different search term. And that's usually what happens. So it will be no good to be listed at the bottom of page 1 when nothing else is related to exactly what your page is about. So what you want to then do is log yes or no in the search results column. So remember the first column that you added to the spreadsheets. This is going to say whether or not the search results are a good fit or relevant for what you're trying to rank for. The next thing you want to do is find the number of web pages with the keyword in the title. And so what this tells you is how many pages on the internet are actually relevant to the topic at hand in terms of what you're trying to rank for. So what you want to do is also, again, make sure you're logged out of your Google account and then type all in title in the keyword phrase. So you'll go into Google and type all in title, colon, and then the keyword phrase, no space in between the colon and the first word of the keyword phrase. And then what you want to do is take the approximate number of results and put that in the spreadsheet. So here's an example of what you would type into the search engine, and you'll see that it says about 164,000 results. That's what we would have put into our spreadsheet. Now you want to pick the keywords. So in this step, what you're actually going to do is choose keywords with relevant search results that have few authority sites listed in the search results pages, have a high search volume, and a low number of results in the all-in-title search. These are going to be your least competitive phrases. Now the next step, now that we've picked the keywords that we're going to target, is to actually define pages that will be created for a given topic. So what you actually want to do is say, okay, based on the keywords that I've identified for the topic that I'm going to write about, what are the pages that I could create that would be very relevant to this particular topic? And so these might be content-related pages. You might create an article, you might create a checklist, you might create a fact sheet, you might create a bio. So these are just some ideas to get your creative juices flowing. So now that you know what pages you're going to target, the next step is to align each keyword to a page. And literally when we do this, we define the pages on the left in a table, just like we're seeing on the screen here. And then on the right, we say, okay, here are the keywords I'm going to actually target for this particular page. And after this, you're ready to start optimizing the content. Once you've identified all of the pages you want to create and all the keywords you want to target on those pages, you want to make sure that you're also thinking about the entire site for the particular program, each episode, and each page related to the episode. So this is a diagram of an information architecture of maybe one section of your site. And so you want to make sure that you're thinking about all of the pages. So when you figure out what keywords you want to target, think about all of the pages that you're going to write about a given particular episode or program and optimize them all.